takes two, baby. It takes two, baby.
Good night. What?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday. We played It Takes Two. And that song was stuck in my head the entire time. Did you know that there's a Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen...
I know, I've seen it.
You've seen the movie?
When I was a kid, yeah.
Okay. You probably didn't know.
Passport to Paris was Carly's favorite.
You probably didn't know that I have seen the trailer for that Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen movie over 100 times. Is that weird? That's kind of a weird fact. Why would anyone have seen it? Do you know why I've seen it 100 times?
Is that in the beginning of Pet Detective 2?
It's When Nature Calls is the name of it. Yes. When I was a kid, my favorite movie growing up was the second Ace Ventura film, When Nature Calls, and I had it on VHS, and it had one preview.
Really?
Just one. You put in the tape, and the first thing that came up was Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's It Takes Two. So I have that trailer stuck in my head. They've got to ditch the big bad witch. Gum in your hair? Ah! Like that. I have never seen the film. Sorry, that's not what this vlog is about. It has nothing to do with anything. So we played It Takes Two. As a reminder, this is the game that it's a second game from Hazelight Studios. They did A Way Out. We just finished A Way Out. Now we moved on to their second game. It just released earlier this year. It was mid to late March. And I really enjoyed what I played. It's about twice as long as A Way Out. So it's going to take probably about 4 weeks. But we got it started tonight, and it was good.
Yeah.
It's a 3D platforming game. The story is divorce, and that's not a spoiler because that's literally the very first thing that happens. Mm-hmm. It's you're trying to get this couple back together. Like someone plays as the guy and someone plays as the girl, and they have a kid, and the kid basically wishes for them to be back together, and then that's what kind of starts the game. It's very fairy tale-esque in a way.
Yeah.
Is that a good word for it?
Yeah.
There's
it's whimsical.
That's a better word. Mm-hmm. There's like the boss battles and stuff that we've done, and even the areas, they're really grandiose. The action continues to move. It never really has a dull moment. Mm-hmm. And I thought that some of the ideas and stuff that were being explored from a gameplay perspective, and not really a gameplay perspective, but like almost an art direction.
Yeah. Like
a content perspective. Like this is like a tiny mild spoiler. One of the earliest bosses that you run into is a vacuum cleaner, because you're playing at like a very small scale, and the vacuum cleaner reminded both Mal and myself of Brave Little Toaster, and it just has this like almost vaguely horror aesthetic at points, and at points it's not a horror game by any stretch, but it has like these almost like somewhat disturbing aspects, which I thought was really cool. And as a reminder, some of the folks that worked on this also worked on Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, and that game had that too, because there were times in that game where it just like you were kind of like, I'm sorry, what? Mm-hmm. But it was also based in like some mythology stuff, which kind of made a little more sense. Anyway, so far so good. We have a few more weeks of playing this, and I've really enjoyed it. It's a joy to play. Like the game controls really well.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of stuff to keep it interesting. I haven't been super thrilled with the story aspect yet.
Yeah.
The story feels really shallow to me. Like it just kind of starts, and it's just like we're getting a divorce. And like there's not a lot of explanation about what went wrong, and when they talk about some of their problems, it feels very
Shallow.
It's just, well,
Have you tried couples counseling?
it's kind of how it feels. But the gameplay has been great. I think the story feels kind of shallow just because I'm going to compare it to Way Out.
Yeah.
Because Way Out was the first game, and a Way Out story, while a little campy at times, is quite good and extremely engrossing. And I can already kind of see, I'm like, I don't know that this is going to be that.
Yeah. Like, you kind of feel for the characters on A Way Out. Like, you start to...
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I know them better than these characters.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe it'll change. And I'm still having fun with the game because the game itself is really good. But the story aspect felt a little like... Here's a thing. Here's a thread of a story. Don't worry too much about it. Look, you gotta get them back together. Play the game. The book is okay. There's a talking book character.
The mechanics have been neat. Because I feel like each area so far has had like a mechanic.
Yeah. You can also very much tell that it's the same developer.
Yeah.
So much of the stuff just feels very, very similar. Down to the UI and the menus are very similar, but also there's mini games scattered throughout. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm enjoying what I've played so far. And I really enjoy the fact that it's kept the pace really high.
Yeah.
It's because there's a lot of games where there's lulls, and this is not one of them so far. I call it Uncharted 2 syndrome. Because Uncharted 2 is a game where, like, start to finish, it never lets up. It's just there's always stuff going on, and that's where we're at. But again, we got more to play.
Yeah.
So we'll give you a final verdict in a few more weeks. That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?
Have a chip clip.
I don't really need a chip clip.
Have a second one.
Okay, but these are for chips. And I am neither a potato, nor am I a member of the California Highway Patrol.